So what you see in front of you is going to be the only ingredients that I've been using, because those of you who know me know that I really like mac and cheese in all its forms and glory. And while I have been used to over the years making it with the quote unquote unhealthy version, I have figured out how to make it in a healthy version that works for my diet and still tastes pretty damn good. So obviously, first thing, got to use the fat-free cheese. That's going to be one of the most important things. It's going to cut out a ton of calories and everything else on there, but you're still going to be getting a ton of flavor, and you're still going to be getting a decent amount of protein with all of this. Cream cheese put in there. I like this one particularly because it has a little bit of extra flavor to put it in there to go along with it, with the whipped, and it's only 50 calories per serving, so not too bad. This is the part that'll probably turn off quite a bit of people, is using this almond milk, because everybody's so used to just using regular milk. And trust me, at the end of the day, you're not going to notice a difference when it comes to using this milk versus the other milk. And last but not least, you guys have seen me use this before. I'm using the Banza chickpea noodles, which again, lower fat, less calories, but still taste really good and give you quite a bit of protein, which is what you need to help in your weight loss. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do on the video is we are going to get our chickpea pasta. Sorry to have these pre-weighed. It should come out to about 955 grams of the chickpea pasta. $9.41, that's pretty good, close enough. All right, we'll get this into the water and we will get it boiling. And for now, what is quite possibly the most exciting thing in all of the world, we have our water pretty much getting to a boil right now. We are going to add in just a little bit of sea salt, add in our noodles, and I'm going to have to add just a tad bit more water on this, maybe even get a bigger pot, and we will cook these down. All right, so after the noodles that have been cooked for 7 minutes, I usually do them on the lower side, just because once they go into the oven and bake, they will finish cooking within the cheese sauce and everything else like that. So I usually cook them, I take them off and drain them faster than what's normally recommended. And we'll get them into our glass pan. And then we'll just have these hang out for a little bit while we work on the cheese sauce. All right, for the start of the cheese sauce on this, we are going to start off with 1,000 grams of the almond milk. We're going to set it on a low heat for right now and just start bringing this up. All right, then also what we're going to do for right now is we are going to add in the entire container of our whipped cream cheese. These whipped ones seem to melt down a little bit faster, so that's what we're just going to let this sit here. You know, let's sit around for a while, let it warm up. We'll get our whisk, and we will start stirring it in to make sure it incorporates all the way through. All right, once you get the whipped cream, the cream cheese in there, it's mixed in a little bit. What I'm going to add is a little bit of extra flavoring. I'm going to be using this Parmesan garlic seasoning that I use on mine. As usual, we're not actually measuring. We are going until our ancestors tell us that is enough. And that should be enough right there. Give that a quick stir. That'll add definitely some good flavor into this. And it's probably a little hard to see, but it's starting to evaporate just a little bit. That's at the point where you want to add in your cheese. This is about 2 of those bags, that's both of those bags of that Kraft fat-free cheese. You want to add in a little bit at a time and get it to melt down and incorporate in. You also want to save, it's about 400 grams total for the bag, but you want to save about 100 grams or just, part of it to put on top to put on top to give it a little bit of a crust on it, or the cheese on top. Okay, we got the cheese sauce made. It is all the cheese is melted in. Now we're going to start pouring it over the noodles. And to be honest, it usually gets a little messy during this part.
Keep up with my editing style in that video, but I think that's going to be the end of another one. So thanks for watching. Thank you to Patreon supporters, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, then we just slowly mix it in a little bit. Yes, it looks runny, but it will end up evaporating out a little bit, and it'll end up being just fine at the end. So I've got the oven over here at about 400 degrees. I'm going to take the rest of that cheese that we had set to the side and sprinkle it on top. And voila, there we go. So I'm going to stick this in the oven for about an hour or so. And when we get back, we will see the finished product. After much deliberation, I have decided to change the recipe quite a bit because some of you don't like Spam. And I don't give a damn if you don't like it. I love Spam. Being Islander, we grew up, this is part of what we eat damn near on an everyday basis. But as you can see, I am going with the better version of Spam. I'm going with the turkey version of Spam. I know my Samoan ancestors are probably going to haunt me for the rest of my life, but I like it. And this one only has 80 grams or 80 calories per serving compared to where the regular one has about 100 and I think it's 160 or so. So, yes, I am both honoring and insulting all the ancestors by using turkey Spam. I'm not going to put it actually in the mac and cheese, but I will be frying it up and having it on the side with my mac and cheese. And like I said before, I'm going to cut up my Spam to use as in the side. So I'm going to go ahead and get this up, and I'm going to use my lovely mandolin to go ahead and cut this into the perfect size strips. Voila, there we go. And we have each one to the perfect size. Also works great when you make musubi. All right, and here we go with cooking our turkey Spam. I'm going to fry it up. Got my cast iron going. Put a little non-stick in there. And we will drop these in and get these nice and crunchy. There we go. All right, as you can see, we have the Spam all fried up, nice and crispy. Got a nice crust on the top of it. So I'm going to get these off, and we'll move on to we're just waiting for the mac and cheese to actually be finished right now. It's still in the oven. Probably got another about 45 minutes or so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so what you see here is what has happened with this mac and cheese. Looks a little weird on top, but it's still nice and creamy on the inside and everything like that. And as you can see, I didn't show the second pan that I had to make on this. But for that, I'm going to portion this out, probably have something to eat, and I am going to explain what happens and what not to do when stuff like this happens. So what had happened with that one was that, to be honest, it kind of came out kind of crappy in the fact that it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So the point I was trying to make with that is that you're going to fuck up a lot if you're going to do this. I have fucked up so many different recipes and this or that, or whether it being at the gym or just in general. Yeah, you're going to fuck up some of them. And that one, the idea was that even though I did the math and everything and I tried to add it up to make like a 6 to 7 day plan, it just didn't work out. And like I said, I don't understand where it went wrong. It's not terrible. it's just nowhere near as good as I've made before. So because of that, I'm not going to actually show the it tastes good and all that kind of good stuff, because like I said, it is good, it just wasn't great. The point I'm trying to make is that if you're going to go through all this, don't give up. Like with me, this stuff, I'm gonna keep eating it. I'm not gonna track it per se, because like I said, it's not right. But I also don't want to waste all the money, because yeah, it's quite a bit of money that I spent getting all that together for a week's worth of dinners and stuff. So I'm still gonna go through it. You know, if you have the ability to not, and you just want to trash and start over again, more power to you. I'm not. But yeah, overall, just don't give up. It's tough. This has probably been the easiest, hardest thing I've ever done when it comes to the losing weight part. Like I said, I think I got on the scale this morning at 345, which pretty good considering I started probably close to about 515, about a year and a half ago now. So don't give up. And for anybody that watches this and you need help with any of this, one, give me a call, text me, reach out to me. I will definitely help you with what I know. Other stuff, go online. Like for me personally, I found a guy named Remington James on YouTube. Makes tons of videos with good food and stuff like that. And most of the stuff I have, to be quite honest with you, is a copy of his stuff in some sort of shape or form. So at the end of it, yeah, you're gonna fuck up along the way. I've fucked up plenty of times. Keep going. Find people who will support you and do all that kind of stuff. And like I said, don't give up. You're gonna fuck up. Deal with it. Move on. Just don't give up. You'll be better in the long run. All right. Deuces.